All right. This is KDWA's sports director Trey Lower filling in here on PCTV tonight. As happy to help out as the Prescott Cardinals take on the Altoona Railroaders in this Middle Border Conference matchup. And Prescott looking to get back into the win column after a little bit of a tougher stretch here. Cardinals come in with a 2-5 record on the season. Altoona, we believe, is undefeated at 8-0. 58 degrees, cloudy. Beautiful day for baseball, as you can see on your screen here. And I did have some rain earlier in the day, but nonetheless, 8-1, I believe, is what we have for Altoona. All right, so not quite undefeated, but still, there was some rain earlier in the day, but not enough to cause any issues with field conditions or anything like that. And we will be getting going here in just a few moments. We're going to take a look at who's up for Prescott in this game tonight. And leading things off will be Barrett Temmers. Schumer and Block will follow. Seeley, Hoopert, and Bayer will be 4, 5, and 6. And Pihachik, Platson, and Tomley will be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Bayer will be on the mound for the Cardinals. And Tucker Lansing also will be catching for Prescott. Prescott has a busy week ahead. They play Aquinas still tomorrow. They were in action earlier this week as well against Menominee, and I believe it was the first meeting with Altoona. And Cardinals came up a bit short in that one. Also, we've got Prescott softball across town tonight. I believe they're taking on Amory. They beat them 11-0 in their first meeting earlier this week. So we're just about set to go here, a few minutes early. Better to be early than late. And it will be Owen Bayer on the mound. We have not been provided an Altoona roster yet, so we'll work on that. But Bayer will throw a strike on the first pitch. And again, Bayer wind up, swung on. This one will get back out towards center and will be caught for out number 1. So Altoona quickly has one away here. Altoona in those red helmets with the black and gray pants there. And Prescott in those red uniforms that they've been wearing at home this year with the white pants, the red hats. And Bayer will fire this one in, swung on for a strike. Completely cloudy overhead. Have had some peaks of sunshine here and there throughout the day, but again, we don't believe there to be a substantial threat of rain. This one's outside for a ball. 1-1 and one away for the Railroaders here in the top of the first inning. Bounces in for a ball there, 2-1. I'm so used to calling baseball games on the radio for our across the way here in Hastings. I'm going to have to adjust to calling it in the TV way, but nonetheless, a lot of the same characteristics. Here's the pitch, and Baird lost the handle on that one, and that one was high for ball 3. So 3-1, one away, and nobody on for Altoona here. And that one will be strike 2. He came back down the middle with that one. Good pitch. And it fills up the count. And then this one is swung on. It will get down into left field for a base hit. And a single for the Railroaders will put a runner on. And we've got an announcer now. So Gustafson at the plate for the Railroaders. This one is fouled into right. So this is kind of a unique little partnership we've got going here today with KDWA and Prescott TV. And appreciated the call that they were looking for some assistance, and I was happy to help out in any way. We, KDWA, will have Prescott softball Saturday afternoon. The game tomorrow against Baldwin-Woodville will air at 2 o'clock or after the conclusion of Hastings baseball. They had a game moved to Saturday morning at 11 a.m. So we'll have that, and then we'll have the Prescott softball game tomorrow against Baldwin, and then we'll be back here next week for Prescott baseball against Amory as Altoona will steal second base, standing up. Bear and Lansing get the sign here, and Gustafson will take strike 2 there. So 1 and 2, 1 away, and 1 in scoring position on second for the Railroaders here in the top of the first. This is going to be a pass ball, strike 3, and they will make the play at first for the out on Gustafson. And they will send the runner off to third, however. And Boyarski is now due up for the Railroaders. So Bear versus Boyarski here. And Bear will fire that one in for a strike, 0-1. Bear winds up, fires this one high for a ball. That will even up the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. And then this one will get away from Lansing into the dirt, and 2-1. Bear nods, gets the sign from Lansing, and fired in strike 2. That will even things up. This one is swung over to first base, and Seeley will just step on the bag and end the inning. So Altoona will strand a runner and is scoreless after the top of the first inning here at Fire Hall Field. Getting ready for the bottom of the first inning here. And PCTV wants to thank their Booster Club members, Cernahouse Chevrolet, with over 89 years of service to Prescott, as well as Croy Insurance Agency, First National Bank of Prescott and River Falls, Heart, Hands, and Mind Child Care, Helmer Printing in Ellsworth, Prescott Family Dental, Patax IGA, serving Prescott since 1912, PC Bonkers, River City Stitch, Wisconsin Credit Union, and all of our cable, YouTube, and NFHS subscribers. Leading off for the Cardinals and immediately singling out into left field is Temmers. And Barrett Temmers is on first base to start things off for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the first. And now Mason Schumer. Schumer is going to bunt. He bunts it foul. It's caught. And they just turned a double play. And that's 2 away for the Cardinals. So Schumer's bunt attempt caught by the catcher, and then the throw over to first as Temmers was kind of caught between first and second. And the double play turn, 2 away for the Cardinals in the bottom of the first. And now at the plate is Brady Block. As a friend of PCTV, Fred Booth would call him the man for all seasons. And a strike taken there by Block, 0-2. Waits the pitch, swings on that, and that will quickly end the first inning with a strikeout by Brady Block. So we're scoreless after 1 at Fire Hall Field, and we'll be right back on PCTV. Ready for the top of the second inning here. As Bear will get another inning of work on the mound for the Cardinals. Prescott went pretty much 1-2-3 in that first inning. After Temmers reached on a single, they turned the double play, and then Block struck out. Bear will catch this right off the hop on the first pitch, throw it to Seeley at first, and the out's recorded, and we're just buzzing right along here at Fire Hall Field. Already 1 away in the second. This game started early, and it's already 5:03, and we're in the second inning, so we're humming here. So second batter of the inning for the Railroaders. Bear throws it high for ball 1. Here's the windup and the pitch, and the ump sounds strike and then signals strike to even things up 1-1 with 1 away here in the top of the second. Altoona 8-1, Prescott 2-5. Believe these two teams met on Tuesday. Altoona getting the win. Cardinals in a little bit of a losing skid here, hoping to snap it tonight as Bear dribbles this one in 2-2. And I'm sure it's been talked about already, but for those of you who are curious why Prescott and Altoona played twice in 3 days, it's a new scheduling format by the WIAA so that the teams don't throw the same pitcher against the same team, was how I was told it applies, as this one will get over and out of the glove of the shortstop, Temmers. Throw to first won't be made in time, and Altoona's got a runner on at first base. And yeah, they might give that an error to Prescott, and they will give that an error to Prescott. So St. John up to the plate now for Altoona. They go for the pickoff attempt at first base and slides in safe. Hits are even at 1 apiece, and an error for Prescott here in the top of the second. Another throwback over to first, trying to pick off the runner. but the runner had enough to get back. One and 0 the count here for St. John. Bear outside for a ball, 2-0. Sun trying to peek through the clouds above us here. And runner gets back over to first base without issue on another pickoff attempt by Bear. On the mound, gets the sign, fired in, swung on. This one's popped up deep into the air. Racing back to get to it. It will get out of here for a home run. What are they calling here? They're calling it a ground rule double. No, they're not either, are they? They're calling it a home run. Yeah, it looked like the ball's not even in the park anymore, so it left the park, but there was a little hesitation there as to what to call it. One ump probably had the same view I did and didn't see the ball leave. But a home run by Altoona has given them a 2-0 lead in the top of the second inning. That's the first home run I've ever seen here at Fire Hall Field. Now, granted, I've only been here a year and a half, but there's been people behind me who've been here a lot longer who said the same exact thing. This one's going to be popped out to center and caught for out number 2. It's 355 out into center field, too, so he got a good 360, 365 on that baseball. And with 2 away, Altoona up 2-0 here in the top of the second. Fandon, strike one. A dog likes that pitch. Here's Bear. Swung on. This one going to get over towards the center fielder and caught for the out. And that will end the inning as Nolan Tomley makes the play at center field. And so the Cardinals get out of the inning, but Altoona with a 2-run homer takes a 2-0 lead after 1.5. Getting ready to start the bottom of the second. Dryden Seeley at the plate for the Cardinals. Prescott down 2 thanks to a 2-run homer in the top half of this inning. And Seeley short over to the pitcher. Throw to first will be in time, and that's 1 and done for Dryden Seeley. And there's been a little too much of that early in this game for both teams. And now Cullen Hoopert, who, when KDWA was here for the first time in the season opener, pitched 5 no-hit innings. Did a really great job in that game against Osceola in the season opener. And Hoopert with a 1-0 count will fan on the pitch there, 1-1. Strike 2 called there on Hoopert. And so now he's down 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch is in, and Hoopert gets a piece of it. Popped up into the air towards right, called for, and caught. And this has been a 4-pitch inning so far with 2 outs recorded. Now Owen Bear, the pitcher. Up for the Cardinals with Dane Pahacek over in the on-deck circle. And outside for, oh, they call it a strike. My apologies. And a strike thrown here on Bear as well, 0-2. Again, Altoona looking for their 9th win of the season. Prescott looking for their 3rd. And they will call that ball 1. So 1-2, 2 away. And Bear will fly out to left, and that will end the inning. So Prescott goes 1-2-3 in this inning, and we are through 2 at Fire Hall Field. It's Altoona 2, Prescott nothing. Top of the 3rd inning here at Fire Hall Field. Altoona on top 2-0. Owen Bear back on the mound for another inning of work for the Cardinals. And he fires it in on the first pitch of the inning. Here's Bear, thrown high, 1-1. Good crowd on hand, as there always is for Prescott sporting events. Whether it be football, basketball, baseball, or softball, you guys really come out and support your Cardinals. Two and one. And this one outside, 3-1. And 4 balls now will send him on to first base. So Altoona with a base runner to lead things off in the top of the 3rd, and Trent Cornell due up for the Railroaders. As Bear gets the sign from Tucker Lansing and fires a ball 1. This one outside, ball 2 for Bear. As again, Prescott, second game of the home and home with the Railroaders here. This one fouled off the netting in front of the Prescott dugout. And that is the first strike for Cornell. 2-1 is now his count. A pickoff attempt over there at first did not work. And now runner will head off to second. The throw will be offline. And the Altoona base runner will steal second base, sliding in as a couple Cardinals were down there. And the throw was near the bag, but then went a little bit wide of it. And so Cornell popped that one. They're going to say, I believe, foul. And that'll fill it up 3-2. Lansing chased after it as if it was a wild pitch, and the runner did advance to third. So runner in scoring position for the Railroaders here. This one in the dirt, ball 4, will put runners on the corners with nobody out in the top of the third. And back to the top of the order with Gustafson for the Railroaders. Bear nods in agreement with the sign from Tucker Lansing and steps off, looked at both first and third to figure out who to try to pick off. Ultimately decided on neither one. And now the runner at first will take off to second as the pitch came in and was outside for a ball, but now Altoona's got runners on at first and second. Or excuse me, second and third. And now the ump will call time. And they're going to send Gustafson off to first. Did they intentionally walk him there? There's been a new rule in recent years where all you have to do is show 4 fingers that you want to walk them intentionally, and they'll send them off to first base. Wonder if that's what occurred there. And 1-0 the count. 2-0 the lead for Altoona here in the top of the third. Outside for a ball, 2-0. Wind up, and this one is going to get outside as well, ball 3. 3-0. Altoona with 2 runs on 2 hits with no errors. Prescott looking for their first run, and they'll have to look for that in the bottom of the third. This one swung on, a chopper over to short, and the throw to first won't be in time. It'll score 1 Railroader. A second's going to come home, perhaps a third. They're going to hold Gustafson at third, but runners on at second and third, and 2 more runs will score for Altoona to make this a 4-0 game in the top of the third inning. And now, as Stokey comes to the plate for Altoona, the Prescott infielders will come in and talk to Bear. And so as this conversation continues, again, want to remind you that I'm with KDWA Radio across the river here, and we will have the Prescott softball game tomorrow against Baldwin-Woodville Saturday afternoon. Typically, every Saturday at noon, we bring you a Prescott game, whether we had it live during that week or on tape delay. Last couple weeks, we've had to air it at different times because of sporting events. That'll be the case again this Saturday, but we'll still have it for you at 2 o'clock or after that game ends on Saturday. But for now, this Cardinal baseball team tries to get out of this inning, but with no outs. Runners on at second and third, and the lead now 4-0 for Altoona. Fouled away there out near the road behind us. That one's outside to the left for ball 1. Wind up pitch, swung on, up in the air towards Tomley, called for, makes the play. The runners will not tag up. The third baseman will. He'll score. And that's Gustafson. The second baseman will stay put. So that's one away, but a runner on at second and a 5-0 lead for Altoona here in the top of the third. Cameron St. John into the batter's box after this for Altoona. Into the dirt, runner heads off to third base for the Railroaders and will stay put there. So 1-0, one away, and Altoona opening it up here in the third inning, up 5-0 now on the Prescott Cardinals. Outside for a ball, 2-0. Bounces in the dirt, up into the face mask of Lansing. He's all right, and it's 3-0. Prescott baseball plays Aquinas tomorrow. Was scheduled to be, I believe, Regis, but that game was canceled and replaced with Aquinas. And 3-1, now a full count, not quite. They're going to walk him onto first base. And now St. John at the plate. So St. John at the plate for the Railroaders. Nods his head, does Bear. Gets away from Lansing. Runner will head off to second. And we now have runners on at second and third with one away here in the top of the third. Bear winds up. Thrown high for Lansing. And it's 2-0. Digs in. Gets away from Lansing again, but the runners stay put at second and third. And in case you were driving around Prescott on Tuesday night and happened to be listening to KDWA, you heard a game end in that way. A walk-off wild pitch. But a strike thrown here by Bear, 3-1. But here a 5-0 lead for Altoona with one away and two on. And ball four will load the bases as St. John takes his spot on first base, and some bullpen work happening for the Cardinals. And Camastral is going to step in with Kunkel on deck. So it looks like heading over there to do some bullpen work for the Cardinals is going to be number 7. And the count 1-0 for Camastral here. And this one will probably score an Altoona runner. It will. As it went into the backstop on the wild pitch, Altoona takes a 6-0 lead. And runners now at second and third for the Railroaders. So it's Ian Leask doing the work over there in the bullpen. With Bear on the mound and Altoona in front 6-0 here in the top of the third. 4 runs here in this inning. Camastral swings and misses there, and 2-1. Cardinals had a leadoff single from Barrett Timmers. Not had a hit since. This one popped up into the air, into the street, and bare hand catch by a kid. So count evened up now, 2-2. Bear sent in, popped fair, over a grounder into short. The throw is going to get wide. Altoona will score 1 run. They'll score 2 runs. It's 8-0 with a runner on at second base. And the Railroaders have opened it up here in inning number 3. And Kunkel at the plate for Altoona. Already 3 errors for Prescott in this contest this evening. And only 1 out in the inning for Altoona. And now we're going to have a conversation. Coach Jeff Ryan coming out with the infielders. And it looks like we may be ready to see Ian Leask as he comes running over from the bullpen. And that'll be it for Owen Bear. So Ian Leask will get some warm-up throws in, and we'll step aside and be right back. This is PCTV. So Ian Leask takes to the mound for the Cardinals with Prescott down 8 here in the 3rd, and Altoona has a runner on at 3rd with 1 out in the inning. So Owen Bear goes 2 1/3 and then is relieved by Ian Leask. And Kunkel will step in again for the Railroaders here in this top half of the 3rd. Here's the windup from Leask. A bunt attempt by Kunkel right at just inside the left field line. Throw to first won't be in time. Runner at 3rd stays put, and the Railroaders have runners on the corners here in the top of the 3rd still with 1 away. And Barshall at the plate for the Railroaders. Again, Altoona 8-1 on the year. Beat Prescott on Tuesday. And a pickoff attempt almost worked for the Cardinals there, but the runner slides in. Kunkel does, safe, back to first. That Tuesday game was a little closer than this one. It was a 3-1 Altoona win over there at Cinder City Park in Altoona. See if the Cardinals can get back into it. Runner heads off to second. Throw to Schumer. Not in time. And the runner for Altoona will slide in safe. Prescott's wins this year. 8-2 against Somerset. 8-6 against Somerset. Then a 6-3 loss to Regis. As this one's going to be pop foul over our head. Then they dropped 2 to St. Croix Central, fell to Menominee on Monday and Altoona on Tuesday. So looking to end this losing streak after starting 2-0. And it was not Osceola, it was Somerset that they started the season with. Popped foul again, 1-2. It was GET they were scheduled to play tomorrow. And they've replaced that with Aquinas. And then Amory on Tuesday. Here is one out into left and gets down into the gap for a base hit. That'll score a run. It's 9-0. So runners on at first and second for Altoona. As Bear now playing third. Was in the right position, but The ball was hit well enough to land in front of him. And it's now a 7-run inning for Altoona here and a 9-0 lead. And if our math is correct, the Altoona pitcher's only thrown 15 pitches. But this also has been about an hour and a half long, top of the third. Because Altoona still with just one out. Leask and Lansing look at each other for the sign, and now Leask sends it in. Runners are going to take off, and one will slide into third safely. The other will get into second standing up. Double play ends the inning here, so Prescott will look to try to do that and stop the bleeding here in the top of the third inning. This one swung on, caught by Leask. Throw to first in time. Throw to home won't be, and it's 10-0. So another run will score, and Altoona takes a 10-0 lead with 2 outs here in the top of the third inning. As a great play at the mound there by Leask to basically catch it and just toss it over to Dryden Seeley at first base for the out. And now Altoona, with 2 outs, try to drive in another run with runner on at second base. 0-1 the count here. Leask fired in outside. So 1-1. 2 away and 1 on, but a 10-0 lead for Altoona thanks to an 8-run third here. And a strike is called, so Leask gets one back, 1-2. Leask and Lansing exchange a glance. And now Leask will fire it outside ball 2, and that's going to even things up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner on second. A lot of 2s there. And Leask will get out of the inning with a strikeout. Strike 3 is called, and Prescott will start the bottom of the third in a hole, but with opportunities ahead of them. 10-0 Altoona here on PCTV. Getting ready to start the bottom of the third inning, and Prescott, can they do what Altoona just did? That'd be great if they did that. Here in the bottom of the third inning, down 10-0. Altoona with 8 runs in the third. They did a lot of it with 0 or 1 outs. And Dane Pahacek and Cole Platson, followed by Nolan Tomley in this inning for the Cardinals. And so Pahacek, Prescott with 1 hit, but they've only seen 15 pitches in this game so far. Can they exacerbate this pitch count for Altoona? And a strike thrown there, 0-1. Swung on, fouled away by Pahacek. So Barrett Temmers led off. Have not seen him since. And he had a leadoff single. Double play was turned after that. And then Altoona would get the next out. And Prescott's been kind of stuck in neutral since offensively. As Pahacek got a piece of this one. Out towards center. Railroader calls for it and makes the catch. And that's 1 away. And so now Cole Platson. Platson, then Tomley for the Cards here. Oof, man. Fouled that one, and you could hear that one from Biggs Fry. Here's the windup. Swung on, fanned on by Platson, 0-2. What a pitch. So already 1 away, nobody on for Prescott here in the bottom of the 3rd. And strike 3. Platson is away, so that's 2 outs. And now Nolan Tomley. Tomley, and then I believe we go back to the top of the order with Temmers. One 1-0 here for Tomley. Swung on, got a piece of it, out toward left, called for by the center fielder. They make the catch, the inning is over. So another quick 1-2-3 inning for the Cardinals, and we go to the 4th with Altoona on top 10-0. This is PCTV. Top of the 4th here at Fire Hall Field. Altoona on top of Prescott 10-0. Thanks for being here on PCTV. And appreciate them having me here today as well. Substituting. Here's Leask on the mound for another inning of work, and we'll throw a nice strike right down the middle there. Leask again coming in relief of Owen Bear. And this one's going to be popped foul. And so that will make it 0-2. But again, Altoona, after being held off the board in the first, a 2-run homer at Fire Hall Field. Gave them a 2-0 lead, and then an 8-run third as this one's popped up into right. Catch is made for out number 1. So 1 away for the Railroaders. And Stokey at the plate for the Railroaders. Leask and Lansing exchange what they're going to do here, and then Leask goes outside for a ball. So 1-0. Leask fired in, swung on, over chopper to second, throw to first in time for out number 2. So Prescott moving a little bit quicker here in this inning. And Smith at the plate for Altoona with St. John to follow. Already 2 away, nobody on in this inning for the Railroaders. We're in the 4th, though. And Prescott will need to get 1 run to avoid this ending in the 5th. So we'll see if they can do that in the bottom of the 4th. Swung on, fouled into left. That'll make it 0-2 for Smith. St. John due up either next or in the next inning. Wind up. Outside for a ball, 1-2. Popped foul and back into the backstop, so 1-2. And again, Altoona has hit the ball well today. 8 runs in the 3rd, and we mentioned that 2-run homer in the 2nd. And that will be ball 2. I think everybody started thinking that was going to be strike 3, and they'd go back to the dugout there. But they called that ball 2, so 2-2. And Leask, this one popped foul, and look out below. Lansing chases after it. So does Seeley, but it lands out of play. So 2-2 with 2 away. And nobody on for the Railroaders here in the top of the 4th. Swung on, hit well, back deep towards center. Tomley calls for it, makes the catch, and the inning ends. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. Prescott needing some runs. It's Altoona 10, Prescott nothing. Back for the bottom of the 4th, Barrett Temmers leading off for the Cardinals. He's the only one with a hit so far for Prescott, a leadoff single in the 1st. And he'll try to deliver again for Prescott. 0-2 the count. So Leask and Platson and Bear are over in the bullpen. Looks like Platson getting ready to throw, as this is going to be a drop strike 3, and the throw to first will be in time, and Temmers is away. Looked like the catcher tried to tag Temmers on his way to first, but he didn't have the ball in his glove. So he picked it up and threw it over to first base, and they still get the out. And now Schumer, actually that's a pinch hitter, isn't it? That looks like Dylan Sterud, number 12, at the plate for the Cardinals. So Prescott mixing it up here in the fourth. 0-1 the count for Sterud, though. And that one will be strike 2. So 5 pitches thrown in this inning by Altoona, all strikes. Wind up pitch, swung on strike 3. And Sterud is away. And now Brady Block up for the Cardinals with Dryden Seeley to follow. 2 away, nobody on. Prescott needs just 1 run to keep this from ending in the 5th. Swung on, fouled away by Block, and it gets stuck in the fence in the backstop. And Dryden Seeley is whacking at it, trying to bring it down, and it's not going anywhere. Swung on and down into left for a base hit for Brady Block. So a good day for Bennett Stokey on the mound for Altoona, and Prescott gets their second hit as Brady Block singles into left, and now we'll see if Dryden Seeley can send Block around. Strike called there on Seeley, 0-1. So it's Stokey on the mound, Seeley at the plate, Block on first, 2 away, 1 on for the Cardinals. Throwing high for a ball on Seeley. Bottom of the 4th, Altoona in front, 10-0. And Cole Platson throwing in the bullpen for the Cardinals. One and 1, 2 away. And I thought they might call that a check swing, but 1 and 2 for Seeley. Needing to keep this inning alive, and he won't. Strike 3 is called. Cardinals will strand a runner, and we go to the top of the 5th with Altoona in front, 10-0 here on PCTV. New pitcher for the Cardinals here in the 5th inning, Cole Platson, who we saw warming up in the bullpen, is going to take over on the mound for the Cardinals. And to put it into perspective how good Bennett Stokey's been for Altoona, we're through 4 innings. He's thrown 35 pitches. That is about 9 pitches an inning. So Prescott has dealt with a really hot pitcher here on the Altoona side, and we'll see if they can keep Altoona at bay and then get a few runs they need to keep the game going into the 6th and then keep cracking at it. You can't get all 10 at once. Before you get 10, you got to get 1. But they got to keep Altoona at bay here and keep this lead at 10 in the top of the 5th before they return on the offensive end in the bottom half. And we'll see what Cole Plattson's got on the mound as he and Tucker Lansing exchange agreement on the sign. St. John at the plate for the Railroaders, and a strike taken here 0-1. Here's Platson in the dirt, 1-1. Platson winds up, and that one will get away, 2-1 from Lansing. Again, thanks to the PCTV Booster Club members, Cerna House Chevrolet, Croy Insurance Agency, First National Bank of Prescott and River Falls, Heart, Hands, and Minds Child Care, as that one will be outside for a ball. Helmer Printing in Ellsworth, Prescott Family Dental, Patax IGA, PC Bonkers, River City Stitch, and Wisconsin Credit Union, and all of our cable, YouTube, and NFHS subscribers. Thank you. Full count for St. John now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs, nobody on for Altoona. And that'll be ball 4, so St. John on base. And Camistrol at the plate for Altoona. And Platson fires it in, fires a strike, 0-1, nice pitch. Here's the pickoff attempt of St. John at first. Seeley makes the catch, but St. John slides in safely. And that one will be outside for ball number 1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 on, and nobody away for the Railroaders here. Outside ball 2. Wind up, pitch, and strike 2 called. Great comeback effort here by Platson to even it up. 2-2. And that one popped foul over the Prescott dugout. Starts to darken outside a little bit here. Popped foul again. And Camistrol staying alive with an even count, 2-2. Kunkel on deck for the Railroaders. And strike 3 called. So Platson gets a strikeout. And this is actually going to be a pinch hitter. I think the next one is 2 for Altoona. Multiple pinch hitters coming in here. A.J. Lenberg will be the pinch hitter for Altoona, with 1 away and 1 on in a 10-0 game here in the top of the 5th inning. Strike called here on the pitch by Platson. So Lenberg in the batter's box, Robinson on deck for Altoona. These are pinch hitters. This one's going to get away from Lansing. Runner heads off to second base. Thinks about going to third. Goes about a third of the way there, no pun intended, and comes back around. So he puts himself 180 feet away on second base and now takes a few steps and popped foul 1-2. Platson and Lansing. look at each other, look back to the runner on second base, St. John, and outside for ball 2. 2-2, 1 away. Altoona with 10 runs on 4 hits in this game. Count filled up now for Lenberg. Pinch hitting here in the top of the 5th. Wind up pitch, fanned on strike 3. He's away, so Plattson's come in and delivered back-to-back strikeouts for the Cardinals. And now Robinson, number 0, in for Altoona with 2 outs and a runner on here in the top half of the 5th. Swung on, fanned on, strike 1. And this one outside on Robinson, so evened up 1-1. Prescott trying to win their 3rd game of the year. And this one will be a pass ball. We'll send the runner off to 3rd with 2 outs. An 8-run 3rd is really the difference in this game. Yes, Altoona hit a 2-run homer in the 2nd, but a 2-run lead is not safe by any stretch of the imagination, so the 8-run 3rd really been the difference in this game so far for Altoona, and for Prescott for that matter. That and the fact that Stokey, the Altoona pitcher, has gone 4 innings with just 35 pitches. Platson on Robinson, throws a strike, fills up the count 3-2. Again, Prescott will return to action tomorrow against Aquinas. This one gets into the gap into left. That'll score a run. It's 11-0, and Robinson is on at first base. 5th hit for Altoona. And again, now an 11-0 advantage. And Cornell back in for the Railroaders, with Gustafson due up. Platson steps off, throws it over to Seeley at first, but no pickoff completed. 2 outs, 1 on, and an 11-0 lead for Altoona here in the top of the 5th. Now Prescott would need 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th to keep this game going. Strike here, 0-1. Wind up, and strike 2 call on Cornell. So 0-2, Platson's done pretty well since he's come in here. Just gave up a hit, but has 2 strikeouts. 0-2 with 2 away, swung on, and strike 3, that's the inning. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. Prescott down 11-0 here at Fire Hall Field. All right, back here for the bottom of the fifth. Cardinals need 2 runs to send it to the 6th. If not, this game will end. And Tucker Lansing is going to hit now, and Lansing over to left, throw to first in time. That's one away just like that. So Lansing, who was not hitting but was playing catcher, now comes in to pinch hit and goes 1 and done. And now we will see Ian Leask at the plate for the Cardinals. And Leask will take one high, ball 1. 1-0, 1 away. Popped foul, 1-1. Looks like Prescott will go back to its regular rotation after this with Dane Pihacek in the on-deck circle. Strike 2. No, ball 2, excuse me. Throwing on Leask. 2-1. Wind up, pitch, fanned on, strike 2. That evens things up. Stokey fires high, fills up the count now. 3-2. That was just the 41st pitch for Stokey. Here's the windup. Swung on, strike 3 for Leask. He's away, and the Cardinals are down to their final out. And so Dane Pihacek will look to try and keep the Cardinals in this game. Again, you only need to get 1 run first, but you can't get all 11 at once, but you need 2 to send us to the 6th inning. And Pihacek will take strike 1. Pihacek will take strike 2. So 0-2. And Pihacek fouls that one away, 0-3, 0-2. So again, 2 outs, an 11-run lead here in the bottom of the 5th. That one's high for a ball, so Pihacek staying alive. Cue the Bee Gees here in the bottom of the 5th. And popped up into the air. This one is going to be right in field and caught for the out by Stokey. And that'll do it here at Fire Hall Field tonight. On 47 pitches, Stokey gets the win. The Altoona Railroaders defeat the Prescott Cardinals tonight 11-0. Prescott will be right back at it here tomorrow against Aquinas. I believe 5 o'clock at Fire Hall Field. That is correct. And special thanks to PCTV for letting me come and hang out with them tonight. Wish the result was a little bit better for us, but final score, Altoona 11, Prescott nothing. I'm Trey Lower from KDWA Radio in Hastings and Prescott. And don't forget, we will have on KDWA Prescott softball Saturday against Baldwin Woodville. That game obviously being played tomorrow night, but Saturday, and then we'll be back here next week for Prescott baseball against Amory. But I am Trey Lower signing off. Special thanks to Heather and Larry and Paul and everybody at PCTV for, again, letting me hang out. And good night from Fire Hall Field.